Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel, Jessica Jones Tutorials. If you are new to my channel, make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe and the like button. That way you don't miss out on my future videos. It's really helpful to me, so I appreciate that. This week I'm doing the look you see here. I'm doing a Halloween inspired Cleopatra look for you. I'm going very detailed into mainly like the eye and the lip for you so you can follow along and create it as well. Next week is going to be another look where it's like my hair. Anyway, you'll see, I explain it more at the end of the video. So if you want to check out how I got this look, then go ahead and keep on watching and let's jump into the video. Look, I'm actually going to be using the new Morphe 35V palette because I feel like it has all of these gorgeous blues. And then it does have some browns. These gold aren't quite the gold I'm looking for, but it's got a lot of really cool shades that I think we should be able to use. Also, the packaging I feel like is a step up. Like it has this black plastic on here, and the shape of it is a lot more sleek and square for the 35V. Then I'll show you guys. This is my very dirty and loved and used, shoot, there goes my brushes. This is the 3502 palette, and it's very dirty, but it's got like the rounded edge, and inside it's just like a plastic tin instead of like a glossy black tin. So I do like the glow up game that we have going on. All right, I think this is the right storyline, so hit it off, this blue shade right here. I'm gonna start with this. I'm not gonna do a ton of like transition shades and like try to make this like crazy. I'm literally just gonna go in and like go for it. Wish me luck. Okay, so what I've done is I went ahead and did this entire eye for you guys. You can see the final look, and what we're gonna do is go ahead and do this eye together. I was having some technical difficulties earlier when I was recording the lighting. It was like all blurry, I don't know. But I have Noemi here to help me now, so thanks girl. I used this shade here, and we just built that color up. I did have it fast forwarded so you could see it earlier in the crease area. As you can see, we carried it all the way up to the eyebrow, and you're gonna see from this eye, obviously we're gonna do a black block, so it doesn't matter if it gets into the eyebrow, don't worry about that. This look gets really, really messy before it starts to look good. What I'm gonna do next is I like to deepen this up. I don't want it to be too monochromatic, so I am gonna use this darker shade here, and I'm gonna use a smaller brush, and we're gonna put this in the crease real quick. I believe this shade's like Get Out or something like that, but not the movie. I'm gonna use this Morphe M513 brush here. I'm going to just put this in the crease here, and as you can see, it just deepens it up just a little bit. So we're not getting too crazy, we're not getting too dark. I feel like all the pictures I saw of Cleopatra looks, the eye was like really light blue, and I want to do something deeper. We're going for a more like, basically Cleopatra was in the year 30,000 or something, right? Like, oh, you can see that just deepened it up just a little bit, and we're gonna do it even more, but we're keeping it somewhat high because the cut crease I'm doing is a little high as well. That way you can see the gold in the cut crease when my eye is open and not just when it's closed. So the next step is to do the cut crease, and we're just doing one shade on the lid. It's really simple. Because it's blue, it can be really hard to get a white cut crease and cover that up. So what I've actually gone and done is used a Neutrogena face wipe to kind of like carve out this area, and then I went in with some concealer. So we're gonna go ahead and do that real quick. So this is the wipe. It's already dirty from life. I'm gonna go ahead and just use my finger here and clean up this just a little bit. I don't want anything over here. All right, so for the concealer, I just use this Tarte Shape Tape. I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand, just one swipe there. And per the norm, I'm gonna take this flat rounded brush. I'm going to dab it in here. And the trick is, if you do get blue on here, go ahead and wipe it off on the back of your hand before going back in. That way there's no like accidentally getting blue shadow in the middle of your cut crease. And I just like to pat it down on the base where I know it belongs to start. And honestly, if you have to go super slow with this, then do it. It's better than having to do this like 5 times. I'm just stamping this along the eye. Taking it all the way down to the bottom. Doing a full cut crease, no partials today. And if you go too high, you can always go back in with your powder and go back over that line if you need to. Because I feel like this eye kind of goes like this, and this one's rounded too much. So we work with our mistakes always. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm just gonna spray this. You know what, I used this the other day, and I really like this one. It's like a more hydrating version of all-nighter setting spray, but more hydrating for like winter time, so perfect. I was in Minnesota recently, and it was very dry, so that worked out well. So this is the 35O palette by Morphe. I'm gonna go in with this gold shade here that I've obviously used a lot out of. It is much loved. And we are just gonna pack this on. So sit down, grab your wine, begin to pat it all over. We did 2 blue shadows. We're doing a simple cut crease. So see, now that my eye is open, you can still see some of the gold shadow. If I had just stayed on my exact lid, you wouldn't see it with my eye open. So that's the trick of going just a little bit above if you do have a little bit of a hooded eye like I do. Okay. Next steps are to go ahead and do eyeliner and then our dark black brow, which is complicated but super fun. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So for the eyeliner, I'm all out of my normal sized one, but this is of course my Ride or Die Kat Von D tattoo liner. I'm interested to try the dagger one because I've heard that one's really good too. But this is just a really nice little marker and it has a really perfect little tip. It's not a felt tip, which I don't like because those can get snaggly. This is like super sharp and it works amazingly. It's got a little pump thing to make sure it doesn't dry out. So we're gonna go ahead and start at the base of the eyelid, and then we're gonna draw a line out, and then we're gonna kind of draw up and over basically. So let's go ahead and do this. So see, I always start by outlining it. So I'm gonna draw it just a little bit past my brow on both sides. This is where my brow actually ends. So I start with the bottom line. I draw it right past that. Okay, so that looks about even. Yeah, that looks about even. We can add more a little later if we want. And the cool thing is, if anything messes up, you can just use a little concealer with a brush to fix it. So not a problem. Like that. Swipe it down and across. And then start from the inner corner and work that up to meet that line. So now we have the outline drawn. Now we can make sure that the outline is good before we fill it in. And this is how I do a winged liner. This is how I do all my liners. And you can see that just took a few seconds instead of spending hours making sure your lines are perfect. So it's really always a good idea to go ahead and outline everything first. I'm starting to fill it in and drawing it in now. What do you guys think? Is it even? Do you see it? Okay. I think it's even enough. Yeah. Okay, cool. So the next step, now that we've got that massive line on our face, is to go ahead and take care of the brow. So I'm actually using a black eyeliner pencil, like a gel pencil, to do my brow, cleaning it up with some concealer and even using a little bit of that same black liner to get the front part of it basically. So let's go ahead and jump in with that. I'm using the Joa Eye Candy Auto Eyeliner inspired by K Beauty. It looks like this. It's like a gold lid, I think, somewhere. And we're gonna go ahead and just do the outline of our brow first and then again filling it in. It's always the easiest way to do makeup is starting with a nice outline. So I'm just starting at the base of my brow. Drawing that line, feathering it up here in the front, And then we're gonna go ahead and, it's easier for me when I do brows to start at the tail and kind of draw it up and over so I can get that good curve than starting here and drawing it down. I don't know what it is, but let me know if you're the same way. And we're gonna get really thick with this eyebrow because that's what they did in ancient Egypt. Really thick coal painted on eyebrows. So I wanna do the same thing. Look how messy that is. I told you guys it was gonna be really messy before it got good. Going in with a spoolie just to like clean this up a little bit. You know what would have made this a lot easier and what I would suggest you do at home is get one of those like eyeliners that are in a gel pot. Use one of those brushes. I think L'Oreal has a really good one and it comes with a really good brush. I, for some reason, don't have that with me today. And I'm wishing I did. Going with the Stila All Day Waterproof Liquid Liner. And that is how I'm gonna get in and just fill in everything. Get some hair-like strokes up in here. Always have an easier side. That's basically the brow we have. I'm gonna take this blue eyeshadow and just make sure that this is right underneath the brow line. And we're going to carve out that straight line just like we did on this eye with a little concealer. All right, there we go. Now I just wanted to make sure it was brought in the same equal length on both sides of the face. And do we look symmetrical? I think we do. Pretty decently so. Okay, good, yay. We don't suck at life. The next thing to do is to go ahead and pop that huge fluffy lash on the top of my eye, and then we can go in with the bottom lash. So I went ahead and got these lashes. This is from Eyelure. I don't know, they're just really big and really fluffy. I will link it down below what kind they are. I think I have the lid over there somewhere. And I'm going to be using my Duo Lash Glue. And I just wait till it gets a little bit tacky on the lash before placing it on. But these are huge, these are big, these are super fluffy. Are they almost ready? I think they're ready. And then once it's dry, you're gonna connect both lashes with a couple coats of mascara on your under part of your eye. Using so many eyeliners today. While that's drying, I'm gonna go ahead with this Marc Jacobs highliner in shade Blackcore, an odd name. I'm gonna put that in my waterline. All right, the eyeliner is on. Now we're gonna use the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara to go ahead and connect these babies to their mama. The next thing to do is to go ahead and wipe off this excess powder I have under my eye. I love these shadows. This is the Stila Shimmer and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow. This is just like the most beautiful shade I think I've ever seen in my life. So I use this in the bottom part, so. And then I went ahead and used the same brush that I did the gold, just to kind of blend that out a little bit so it doesn't look like such a harsh line under there. Just patting it down. I need to put on a little bit of this lower lash mascara on the left side of my eye. Your right, my left. I don't know what it is, but when I put on lower mascara, it just makes my whole face come back to life, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face with a little contour, blush highlight, that kind of a thing, and then I'll be right back to do my lips, so hang tight, I'll be right back. All right, so I went ahead and bronzed up my face, just gave myself a little bit of a tan contour and added just a little bit of blush, nothing too crazy, of course. And now we're gonna go in with lips, which will really complete and just bring this whole look together. By the way, I took a lot of inspiration from this look. I'll link the links down below from like 4 different pictures of Cleopatra that I found online. And I was like, okay, I like that from this photo, I like that from this one, I like this from this photo. So this lip look is something I saw on the internet and I wanna go ahead and recreate. So I'm going to be using the Tarteist Pro Glitter Liner in white gold for my lips and some liner. So I think these two are gonna be our friends today. So for the top of my lip, I'm gonna use this sparkly stuff. So let's go ahead and line. Again, always start with an outline. All right, so that's just not like opaque enough for me. I'm gonna go in back with that 35O palette and I'm gonna dip back into this shade. I'm just gonna use a different flat brush and get that on my brush and put it over the wet liner. Oh, that looks cool. Good call. Who knew you could do shadow on your lips? And then I'll go back over it with this and strobe along. And we're gonna do the bottom lip now, and I'm gonna see if I can just use the bottom of the Tarteist Pro glitter liner, and gonna go ahead and use this, again, lining it first. You know, when you're a makeup artist, you just have to be innovative. You might not have gold lipstick, instead you use eyeliner and all sorts of stuff. All right, I think that's good. And then the last step is to go ahead and put a black line down the middle of my bottom lip. So let's go ahead and do that. I made a little mess here, so I'm gonna clean that up. Go over it with that liquid liner again. All right, guys, this is the final look. What do you guys think? Well, it's not totally final because I have to get my hair done now, but for the makeup, I think, like, really scared there for a little second. It was like, is this gonna turn out good? I don't know. You have to trust that there's a process, and we might start out here, but we'll get there. Let me know what you guys think. I really appreciate it. And if you do follow this tutorial, please let me know. I'd love to give you guys a shout out on any of your social handles. Speaking of social handles, go ahead and check out my Instagram and my Facebook. They're both linked down below. I post a lot of stuff on my Instagram that I don't always film on here, so you could just get like a little bit of extra stuff of me on there, so go ahead and check that out. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like this video and you want to see more like this. I'm going to do a few more like fall and Halloween looks and then some Christmas stuff and some really exciting things coming up. So if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, if you liked the video, do me a huge favor and give it a thumbs up. That lets everyone in the YouTube world know that this is a cool video and that they should watch it too. So it really does help me out if you guys would do that as well. I would really appreciate it. All right, my loves, that's it for this video. Stay tuned. Of course, next week I am going to be filming, well, right now we're about to film it, but pre-filming for next week, a really cool hair look that's going to go along with this. It's like going to be futuristic, kind of like, obviously, a Cleopatra look. So again, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on next week's video, and once it's filmed, I'll also have it tagged up here and I'll have it linked down below. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope you have an amazing week. Happy Halloween. I'll see you guys next time.